Welcome back to the Hammerstein Ballroom, the 90th New York Golden Globes, getting set for Tashon Hopkins and Alexander Lara.
Should be a great one at 178. Hopkins power. Lara looking for a big upset win.
This bout will consist of 2 3-minute rounds. Referee is Chris Ali. In the gold corner, Tashon Hopkins. He's 29 years old, representing Aerospace Boxing Club. He's from Manhattan. He got inspired to box after watching a documentary on Muhammad Ali. He works as a personal trainer at Aerospace BC. Club record 3 decisions. And in the blue corner, Alexander Lara, 23 years old, representing Worldwide Boxing Club. Alexander is from the Dominican Republic, now residing in Manhattan. His only dream is to win the Golden Gloves. His record this year, 3 decisions.
And now getting set for Tashon Hopkins and Alexander Lara. Hopkins wearing the gold trunks, wearing the blue is Alexander Lara. This one a matchup at 178 pounds. And we are underway. Ray Flores, Rich Quinones, Mark Breland.
Yeah, Hopkins, 29 years of age, 3-0, born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. He's been boxing for about 12 years old, since he was 12 years old. And I'll tell you, he's got knockout power. We saw it in one of his wins earlier in this tournament. I think that's something that Lara has to be wary of.
And Lara, originally from the Dominican Republic, now residing here in New York. They are digging to the body. Very nice work by Tashon Hopkins as he unloads a fierce combination.
Yeah, Hopkins has a very good jab. You know, once he gets inside and throws some good shots, he'll catch him right.
And Lara seems to be a little bit off balance as it is Hopkins who is using his jab to stymie Alexander Lara.
That's what Hopkins does. He's done it throughout the tournament. He's used that jab, and he's also been able to kind of, I don't want to say muscle his opponent, but really just kind of outwork them early on and almost break their spirits.
Yeah, Hopkins is pretty strong. He's a strong fighter.
But Lara is getting very close, and he is throwing shots to the body. A lot of power shots is Alexander Lara, so he's not to be deterred from the initial onslaught of Hopkins.
Tell you, the first thing I look at when I see these two, you know they're going to grow. They're 178. They'll probably go to about 185. They're still relatively young. I mean, now Hopkins is 29, but you can see how he fills out. Lara, Mark, is only 23. So he's going to put on a little more muscle. Exactly, a lot more muscle, I should say.
Yes.
Under 30 seconds left in this first round. Alexander Lara and Tashon Hopkins wearing the gold trunks is Hopkins. He's wearing the gold, wearing the blue is Lara.
Smith and Lara doing a good job, too, cutting off the ring and backing up Hopkins. Momentarily had him stop in his tracks.
And Hopkins threw a sharp right cross down the middle, but back moves forward is Lara, and that ends round 1.
Well, Lara's hitting him with more body shots. He's starting to slow him down.
Which right away you think to yourself, pro ready. Now look, he's only 23. It's the New York Daily News Golden Gloves, but I'm saying when you see those body shots, you're basically banking. You're storing some coin away. You know, he's building equity with those body shots.
And let's take a look at some of that work from Alexander Lara in round 1, Mark.
Well, Hopkins, what he was trying to do, Hopkins trying to, get in, trying to get his shots off, but Lara, he's throwing a lot of punches and he's catching them with good body shots. Well, that was a low blow, but he's catching them with good body shots, and he's catching them with good shots.
Well, and Hopkins went ahead and threw a very sneaky right cross, as we see in the corner. They're trying to tell Alexander Lara more movement is what they appear to be telling him, Mark.
But Lara's throwing good punches. It's just a matter of, catching him with the shots going to the body. He's throwing good body shots.
And he sits down. He gets all his leverage and just everything behind every single body shot. Not a lot of arm punching from Alexander Lara.
No, he throws his body into his punches.
Round number 2, Tashon Hopkins. He is wearing the gold, wearing the blue, and Alexander Lara.
Yeah, I like what Lara was able to do in round number 1. Now, conversely, if I'm Hopkins again, I know for a fact that I can try to get inside a little bit. I would suspect, and this is just me, he's the stronger of the two. Work inside a little bit. Go to the body.
Yeah, but I mean Hopkins, he's trying to box this guy, and this guy's not letting him box. So just fight him. You got to sit down and let some punches go.
But if that is not in your arsenal, Mark, I mean, can you switch kind of midway through?
Well, you got to find out.
I guess sometimes, oh boy, that is a shot downstairs, inadvertent, from Alexander Lara to Tashon Hopkins.
Unfortunate. You know, he had to come out and go to the body a little bit. He just caught his opponent. There was no malice intent with that. But to Mark's point, listen, I understand when your opponent's trying to take you out of your game plan. But the bottom line is you have to find a way to get inside.
Yeah.
If you're going to take the shot, if you're going to get connected on like you did right there, go out swinging a little bit. And again, try to just make your opponent just take him out of his comfort zone a little bit.
That's what you got to do. Totally take him out of his comfort zone.
Well, I think Hopkins has taken a cue from you, Mark Breland, and he is fighting more here in the second round compared to what we saw in round number 1.
Yeah, and he also established a jab. The one thing I didn't like is when he was backing up, he started to lift his head when he was pulling out.
And Lara continues with the forward pressure, digging to the body. My goodness, that would make Miguel Cotto proud with the kind of body punching that we're seeing out of Alexander Lara.
He's doing a good job, too. He's trying to build that equity, and it goes. Mark can attest to this. Those shots will add up. Now, again, it's only a 3-2-minute rounder, right? But the bottom line is you learn how to go to the body, and then you can come right. Listen, the head's going to fall.
Oh, yeah, if you keep hitting that body, the leg's going to give up.
That ends round 2. Alexander Lara and Tashon Hopkins.
Yeah, Lara's a very good fighter. You go back to his win during this tournament against Mohamed Dougouri from John's Gym. He was able to not only establish the jab, but again, he was able to kind of outmaneuver, outmuscle, and really the volume of punches, I think, is what set him apart in that fight.
I think right now it is even. I think it's an even fight right now.
Well, that was the inadvertent low blow, but then more of the pressure from Alexander Lara. But Tashon Hopkins is fighting very well and demonstrating his fortitude to handle a forward pressure fighter, a slugger in Alexander Lara.
He showed good counterpunching ability late in that round.
So I think whoever wins this round wins the fight.
I would agree to you. Yep, I would agree with that. Absolutely.
The fight hanging in the balance also. Making his way ringside, sitting in the front row, Evander the Real Deal Holyfield, who is here, the prestigious guest here at the 90th Annual New York Golden Gloves. This is for the 178-pound Novice Championship. Third and final round on the way. Hopkins wearing the gold, wearing the blue. Alexander Lara.
And I think for Hopkins, the native of Bridgeport, Connecticut, like I said, he saw a documentary on Ali, fell in love with the sport, see if he can channel his inner Muhammad Ali.
More of the slick boxing ability out of Hopkins, and now he engages in a toe-to-toe affair. A couple of a right hook that sent back Lara for a brief moment. But here comes Lara again.
Yeah, working the body too early on.
And Mark, we saw that Lara we complimented him on the leverage that he had on his body punching in round 1. He doesn't appear to have that much more leverage, and his leverage seems to have lost and escaped him here in this third round.
Yeah, because he's staying real close to him. He's staying real close.
I mean, just take one step back, it opens up that uppercut.
Open it right up.
You saw you saw Hopkins give him a glimmer. I mean, right there. You know, yeah, the referee did a good job breaking them apart. But when they're engaged like that in the phone booth, step to the outside.
Good right hand.
Yep,
good right
it's
hand.
going to open it up. Now he doesn't do that, and he gets caught with the right. And it's going to warrant a good standing 8.
Wow, look at this.
That was a good right
As
hand.
Hopkins with the right hand that momentarily buckled Alexander Lara, thus warranting a standing 8 count, and that could be huge.
Yeah, we've seen the power throughout this tournament with Hopkins going 3-0.
Another good right hand by Hopkins.
A sledgehammer over the top from Hopkins as he has adapted very well to the aggression of Alexander Lara.
And you know what he's doing? He's not getting caught up in the ring. He's not. Just when you think he's going to get caught up, look, the head
Moves
movement,
right out the way, yeah.
and just gives himself a little bit of breathing room.
Good shot.
And he's not allowing himself to get into the corner. Lara trying to make an indelible impression on the judges. A wild overhand right. Hopkins and Lara will fight to the bell in this 178-pound matchup. And that ends the fight. A brilliant affair between the two. And the crowd is enjoying every bit of it as we are treated to a sensational battle.
I think after Lara realized in the first round those body punches weren't adding up, he kind of went away from his game plan. And then all of a sudden, what did Hopkins do, right?
He started going
exactly.
to the body.
How do the judges have the fight tabulated? Well, we'll find out in a few moments. This is the 90th edition of the New York Golden Gloves, brought to you by the New York Daily News in association with DeBella Entertainment. We are back here at the New York Golden Gloves, awaiting the decision between Tashon Hopkins and Alexander Lara. And now, as we await the official decision, we will send it over. No, we will not. He does not have it just yet. I mean, I guess it's a hard fight to calculate, Rich.
I think it is. I think it is.
Welcome back to the 90th edition of the New York Golden Gloves. Tashon Hopkins and Alexander Lara goes to the decision. Rich, how do you have it?
It's a close fight to call. I would actually give the edge to Hopkins on this one.
Yeah, I think Hopkins got the edge on this one. He started throwing that last round. He started throwing a lot of punches.
It was a riveting affair, and you saw a big cheer as Evander Holyfield is inside the ring alongside Brian Adams, awaiting who is going to go ahead and get the victory. Well, they took some time to tabulate the scores, so this one is riveting. And now we'll send it over to our ring announcer. Here is Kevin Van Meter.
Let's hear it for the two boxers in the ring. The 178-pound novice champion is from the gold corner, Tashon Hopkins.
Tashon Hopkins picking up the win. And that was a wonderful adjustment out of Hopkins. He showed some grit.
It was a great adjustment after round number one because Lara was trying to build equity with those body shots. Hopkins made the adjustments, got that straight right going, really dictated round number two, and I think just really outworked him late in round number three.
He outworked him in the last round, and started throwing a lot of punches and hustled him.
You want to talk about some prestige inside that ring. Mauricio Suleiman, president of the World Boxing Council, also in there as well, as they congratulate Tashon Hopkins. And that young man at 29 has a bright future as we take a look at some of his work, the ability to dig down deep and capture the victory.
Absolutely. And again, you saw good counter-punching ability, not stationary target, straight rights, boom, and landed with ease.
Well, he landed with these, and he lands the New York Golden Gloves 178-pound championship with the victory over Alexander Lara. An impressive victory for the 29-year-old out of Aerospace Boxing Club. A big win for Tashon Hopkins.